The stage is set, and the atmosphere is electric as the spotlight falls on the two singers standing nervously in front of the judges. They're about to take on a song that's considered impossible by most vocalists, a challenge that many have failed to conquer. The audience is buzzing with anticipation, unsure of what's about to unfold. As the announcer's voice fills the room, the crowd quiets, the tension palpable in the air. The singers exchange a glance, silently reassuring each other as they take their first steps into the spotlight. Simon Cowell, along with the other judges, watches with intrigue, his skepticism barely concealed. The singers seem to feel the weight of the moment, their nerves mounting as they stand just inches from making history. The audience waits with bated breath, their eyes fixed on the performers. The spotlight feels almost blinding as the music begins. The first note cuts through the silence like a sharp, crystal-clear bell. It's the kind of note that most people wouldn't even dare to attempt, let alone hit perfectly. The crowd is stunned into silence, and even the judges lean forward, their eyes wide with disbelief. As the song progresses, it becomes clear that these singers are not just performing, they are redefining what's possible. There's a sense that something extraordinary is unfolding right before everyone's eyes, but no one can quite believe what's happening just yet. The moment the first note settles, the second singer steps forward, and the entire auditorium senses a shift. The music swells, and with perfect timing, the singer releases a soaring note that sends a shockwave through the hall. It isn't just powerful, it's impossibly clean, controlled, and sharp enough to make the audience gasp. People sit up straighter, leaning in as if drawn by an invisible force. The judges immediately jolt to attention. Simon's eyes widen, his usually unreadable expression cracked open in pure surprise. Sophia's jaw drops, Heidi covers her mouth with both hands, and Howie points toward the stage as if asking the others, "Are you hearing this too?" The camera sweeps across the crowd, capturing stunned faces frozen in awe. Even the backstage contestants peek out from behind the curtains, their curiosity sparked by the overwhelming reaction from the audience. The singer holds the note longer than expected, pushing past the limits most performers would never dare to attempt. The studio seems to vibrate with the sheer energy of the sound. As the singer transitions smoothly into the next phrase, the performance becomes even more mesmerizing. Each note feels like a challenge to physics itself, defying what the judges believed a voice could do. The tension turns into excitement, and the once quiet audience erupts into cheers, clapping mid-performance, something that rarely happens. The judges exchange stunned glances, silently acknowledging that they are witnessing a moment that will be remembered long after the show ends. As the second verse begins, the singers prepare for the most daring part of their performance, the switch that no judge expects and no audience member sees coming. The first singer steps back, allowing the second to take center stage. With perfect precision, the music shifts into a section known among vocalists as nearly impossible to execute. The room falls silent again, everyone sensing something extraordinary is about to happen. Then it happens. The second singer transitions into an unbelievably high whistle register, the kind only legendary vocalists even attempt. The note rings out, crystalline and pure, echoing through the studio with an otherworldly clarity. The audience reacts instantly, some cover their ears in disbelief, others stare with their mouths open, unable to comprehend the human voice reaching such heights. The energy in the room flips from anticipation to total astonishment. On the judges' panel, Simon leans forward so quickly it almost looks like he's rising from his seat. Sophia's eyes go wide as she whispers something to Heidi, who is frozen in shock. Howie simply points at the singer as if trying to confirm that this moment is real. Even the sound technicians backstage glance at each other, smiling in disbelief at what they're hearing through their headphones. The whistle note stretches longer, stronger, and higher than anyone expects, leaving the room suspended in awe. For a brief moment, everything stops, no movement, no noise, just the impossible sound of a voice breaking every known limit. It becomes clear to everyone present, this performance is rewriting the rules. The music intensifies as both singers step forward together, ready for the most dramatic part of their performance. After delivering their individual vocal miracles, they now prepare to merge their voices into a harmony so complex and demanding that even seasoned professionals rarely attempt it. The lights shift into swirling patterns of blue and gold, illuminating them as they lock eyes, silently counting in. Then, in perfect synchronization, they release a powerful blend of soaring high notes, deep resonant tones, and tightly woven harmonies that ripple through the theater. The audience feels the impact immediately. People rise from their seats without realizing it, drawn into the overwhelming energy of the duet. Every note they hit seems to build on the last, creating a layered wall of sound that feels almost unreal. The judges are frozen, each reacting differently. Simon sits back, speechless for once, searching for words. Sophia grips the edge of the desk, stunned by the clarity and balance in their voices. Heidi can't stop shaking her head in disbelief. Howie looks around at the crowd as if trying to confirm that everyone else also feels this magic. The performance moves from explosive power to delicate softness, the singers shifting dynamics flawlessly. Their voices wrap around each other, rising and falling in a breathtaking display of control and artistry. It becomes more than a duet, it's a once-in-a-lifetime musical moment. The final harmony sends chills through the room, creating an atmosphere so electric that everyone knows something historic is happening right before their eyes. As the final harmony fades into the rafters, the entire studio hangs in a moment of stunned silence, like the breath before a storm. Then, without warning, the room erupts. The audience explodes into applause, cheers ricocheting off the walls as people leap to their feet. The singers stand frozen, their chests rising and falling from the intensity of the performance, eyes shining with disbelief at the overwhelming reaction. Before they even have time to process what's happening, one of the judges slams the golden buzzer with absolute conviction. The familiar sound rings out, and instantly, golden confetti bursts from above, cascading down like a glittering waterfall. The singers gasp, then laugh, then cry, overwhelmed by the moment they've dreamed of their entire lives. The floor glows with reflected gold as the confetti lands on their shoulders, their hair, their trembling hands. Simon stands, something he rarely does, clapping slowly at first, then with genuine admiration. Sophia covers her chest, moved to the point of tears, while Heidi wipes her eyes and Howie waves his arms excitedly toward the audience as if saying, "This is unbelievable." The crowd keeps cheering, many holding their phones up to capture the once-in-a-lifetime moment. The singers drop to their knees, arms around each other, overcome by emotion as the golden rain continues to fall. It's clear to everyone watching, both in the studio and those who will later see the clip online, that this isn't just another performance. This is the kind of moment that becomes legend.